Good morning, good morning. We are in the Tarot Study of the Hermit. That's original Rider Waite. Yeah. Wildwood Tarot. Tarot of the Abyss. The Star Tarot. And then today we are introducing, this is the Wandering Star Tarot. Isn't she so gorgeous? Love her. Let me see, what does this say? Healing, solitude, inner work. Amen. Amen. It's so funny how that can become your favorite thing. Okay, and then we're going to read from Essence of Tarot by Mary K. Greer. Okay. The Hermit, Earth, Mercury, Virgo. The Hermit deals with solitude and introspection and is about learning through self-reflection. It is also about how you serve others through the knowledge you have gained. Thus, the Hermit figure called the Way Shower, as he sheds his light for others to follow, offers a clear perspective from the mountain peak of pure abstract thought. The star that lights the way is that which appeared on the helmet of charioteer, a goal you now have the wisdom to handle. The card suggests prudence and perfectionism, but also independence. When you embody the Hermit, others see you as a loner, but also as a role model of personal integrity. Your experience suggests maturity and self-sufficiency, and you are perceived as a purposeful, but you can also seem impersonal. Yes, I can. I'm sorry about that. Overly cautious and even prudish. Besides representing the wise old man, the Hermit on a more esoteric level is the wise old woman, Hecate, especially in her form as Queen Persephone, who guides souls into the underworld in winter and back to rebirth in spring. Now they're going to the herbs. Sage, Salvia officinalis. Earth, air, Mercury, juniper. The word sage comes from the Latin root sop, meaning taste. Hence, judgment and wisdom, implying the wisdom comes from the senses. The Latin plant name salvia means whole or healthy. Therefore, the Hermit maintains health by using the senses wisely. Because in magic, the herb corresponds to money, we have the result that the sage is healthy, wealthy, and wise. That is so funny that they use that. Like, I don't know, maybe that's a thing, but I always those are my three words I use a lot in my stirring in. Okay. But also happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, where did it go? Okay, an Arabic saying declares that sage renders men immortal. How shall a man die who has sage in his garden? This oil is for clarity in thinking and in speaking your intentions. Its salutarity qualities fortify you for the spiritual quest within yourself. Yet, as Garudas points out, keeps you from becoming a religious fanatic. It stimulates the brain, memory, liver, and spiritual opening, as is thought to promote longevity. Wintergreen or birch, Earth, Mercury, Virgo, oil of wintergreen from a small shrub is almost identical to that of the sweet birch tree, as they both are mostly methyl salicylate used to flavor cola and root beer. The scent sharpens the senses and stimulates the mind, being reminiscent of a high mountain lake. Witches were thought to fly on broomsticks of birch, representing Hecate traveling to a gathering of wise women. It is a penetrating body rub, extremely good for muscle or joint pain, but should be highly diluted or will irritate the skin. A symbol of grace and humbleness, it was thought that hanging birch branches indoors would protect the home. Use it for wisdom journeys. Caraway, Carum cardivi, air, earth, Mercury, and Virgo. Caraway is also reminiscent of flying away. Like most of the herbs, which is interesting that they're using herbs that are reminiscent of flying away when the hermit is like a, kind of you think of a hermit hiding in a cave. So this is kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's bringing in the balance of the hermit to the hermit. Okay, like most of the herbs of the Umbelliferae family, it is refreshing to the conscious mind, enhancing alertness, strengthening memory, promoting clear communications. It also revitalizes the physical body, encouraging the qualities of giving and receiving. It thus attracts others. It stimulates the digestion and lymphatic system. Narcissus, Earth, Mercury, Virgo. Narcissus comes from the Greek narkeo, meaning to be numb, because the bulb can cause paralysis and even death. Sophocles named it the garland of the great infernal goddess because they that are departed and dulled with death should worthily be crowned with a numbing flower. Although difficult to find, it belongs here. Perhaps use the flower essence because its myth is essentially significant for the Hermit card. The Narcissus flower was grown by Gaia so that its fragrance would lure the maiden Persephone to sleep in a place where the god of the underworld Pluto could abduct her. Thus it has been called a flower of deceit. Esoterically, this card represents Persephone traveling in and out of the underworld in her manifestation as Hecate, the crone. As the first flower to bloom in the spring, it represents the rebirth of Persephone into the world. Because of its association with the youth who stared at himself in a reflecting pool until he was turned into the flower. It represents self-contemplation, introversion, and self-sufficiency. The Furies wore Narcissus flowers around their tangled locks to keep them so stupefied they could do no harm to others. And a Sufi saying goes, smell a narcissus, even if only once a day, or once a week, or once a month, or once a year, or once a lifetime, for verily in the heart of a man there is a seed of insanity, leprosity, and leucoderma, and the scent of narcissus drives them away. It brings calm and deep relaxation that allows one to descend deeply into the hidden and often frightening aspects of the psyche. There you can confront your deepest fears and own the rejected parts of yourself so as to bring them into the light of consciousness and thus become whole. Amen. So it is. There you go. Essence of Tarot. And there again, the Hermit card of the day is the Wandering Star Tarot. I like reading, I don't know about you guys, but I like reading about the different plants and the herbs and the different viewpoints coming from her about the cards, because it brings a different light in that some of the other ones you may not hear. So, all right. See you tomorrow. Much love.